Animals! It's your boy Hype bringing you another Destiny video on the Animal Instincts gaming channel, and as you've seen right there, this is how to cross the bridge, tips and tricks, not just solo but for a team. And right there in the very beginning, you've seen how to fly across the bridge using a hunter without having to build the bridge. There are multiple ways of doing that with all different characters. You can just look them up on YouTube, you'll find many different ways, but we're going to show you a few ways here how to make it up to the tower with each character. And we're starting off using the hunter, and what you want is your triple jump on, and then just make sure your agility's all the way up. It's going to make things go a lot smoother, and that's the same thing with every character. Make sure your jump is the highest jump it can be, and your agility is all the way up. So what you're going to want to do for this, and most people that I seem to run with, they have the most difficult with the hunter. But basically, you're trying to get to that point right there in the rocks. And I'm going to show you how to get there with all characters. The Titan, all you got to do is jump right there, then up one more, then up there, then all the way up to the top of the tower. And we will show you that, but I'm just showing you right now. Right here is what you're going to have to do with the Warlock. Jump there, then up to that little crevice right there, whatever you want to call that. Then up to this peak, then one more jump. Then you're up to the top. Now with the hunter, you got to add in a couple more steps. That's the most steps. You got to jump to there, then right next to that, and that's a tricky spot because it gets slippery at times. Then it's the same, which now we're going to run it with the hunter. You're going to see, this is where you want to start from, your starting point. Run, use your first boost about halfway through, and then you're going to land into this spot. Now this next spot, which I said can be slippery, I like to kind of jump below it, then hop up. Because if you just jump up and come down with too much velocity, you'll pretty much slide off every time, or at least feel like you're going to slide off. Then from there, you're going to want to use your triple jump to make it to this point. Then from here, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Now a lot of this is just trial and error, and just keep practicing and get used to it. You'll get it done. You hop up once, you don't have to, it just makes this next jump a little bit smoother and easier. So from there, you're going to hop right up to this rock, then straight across, then there you're in the clear, right on up. That's what you have to, how do you get up there using a hunter? The Titan is the easiest. In my opinion, you only need, what, three, four jumps? So here's the Warlock. You got to jump to that same first spot that you did using the hunter, but you can cut out that next step. Jump straight across, land right on in there, then hop up, which you don't have to. I mean, there are other ways to do this. A lot of these ways are just ways that I'm used to. That's why I run them this way. So if you already know other ways, you know what I mean, that's fine. Go with what you know. I'm basically just doing this video because I'm going to do the full raid, tips and tricks, but I'm going to break it down into steps so that if you're struggling on one spot, you can go right to that video instead of having to watch the full thing. Now here's the Titan. Right there, you just jump up to that first spot, up one, then you're right up. I mean, the Titan's so much smoother. So hopefully, you know, if some of you were struggling, I know I still run with people that do, hopefully that'll help you out. Then you got to come all the way up to this point for the enemies to despawn. And everybody either has to be up there or they have to be dead. Now, the hunter, it's very tricky to get up to this invisible barrier up here. But he doesn't have to. Once everybody else is up, he can just jump as high as he can until the thrall despawn. Or you can have a teammate down here. The hunter jumps on top of him, then uses him as like a, you know, just a little boost to get up a little bit higher, and he can make it up. That's how we got the hunter up. That's up there right now. So here we go. Once you're up here and all the thrall, you see the other hunter, he's jumping, they despawned. We have a Warlock down that's self-resurrected. You don't need that if everybody's up here. Or you can leave a guy dead if you want to. You only need 2 people alive to do this. So if you have teammates that can't make it up there, or they're just struggling, you know, just tell them to die. But after everything's despawned, you can do this 2 ways. You can come down here, Finish off the sword bearer and then build the bridge as you normally would do. One guy in the middle, one guy on the left totem, and one guy to the right. Once you build the bridge, someone then picks up sword and walks across. Now, if you have somebody who's comfortable, there are tons of ways of flying over there without having to build the bridge. You can leave everybody up top. It's a good vantage point on all the enemies across the way, and just have one guy go down and fly over. This time around, you know, we had enough people still alive and everything, so, you know, we went a different approach to show you guys. So once you're done that, you're going to want to send whomever. You know, usually it'll be better if you send your lowest level guy over. That way, you know, guys back higher are doing more damage. But then after you cross this first lamp, you're just going to want to stand where you see me standing right here. And that's it, while the rest of your fire team just annihilates everything on the other side. And I'll just sit down right here and keep myself tucked in as tight to that lamp as possible. And sometimes enemies, they will get close. Sometimes they'll fall off the edge. It's actually quite hilarious. But that's all you got to do there if you're the guy that crosses. And I would recommend, especially on hard mode, doing just that. Now, here's from the other side point of view. Just shooting enemies across the way. That's it. It's that simple. And really, I mean, these guys should not have a problem with this at all, man. Like I said, if you send one guy across every time and he hides, just sits behind that lamp, and the rest of the guys shooting everything. Now, what you want to do to speed this process up as well is just focus on all the smaller enemies. Don't worry about the wizards. Don't worry about the knights. Take out all the thrall and acolytes, and the ogres will spawn out a lot quicker once an X amount of enemies are killed, then the ogres will come out. And once the ogres come out, that's what I said. It doesn't matter if you have 2 people still alive or if you have 6. It's just going to be, obviously, the more people you have, the quicker the ogres are going to die. So there you go. Ogres are out. Fire teams lighting them up, and I'm just sitting there waiting for the rewards to pop. And that's about it, guys. That's all it takes. So hopefully you find this video helpful, and hopefully you learned a few things that maybe you didn't know, and it's going to make your run smoother next time. And if there's something in there that I don't know that you know, then let me know in the comments, man. I love learning and finding out new things and more ways to complete this. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe to Animal Instincts Gaming. Got plenty of content coming your way. As always, thanks for watching. Animals, it's your boy Hype. We out.